Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Wargame, a Red Dragon, a replay cast. Today it's a 1 vs 1 on Hell in a Small Place between our red player, NoNoNo, and our blue player, Priad. And you'll notice that it is a very, very short replay, and I'll get into that in just a moment. But as far as the 3 vs 3 4chan tournament, there is one more game in round 3 between the final two teams, and the winner of those teams will go on to the grand finals to fight Team A and Z. Now, so I have 2 more series of games to cast in that, but I have not found those those replays yet. They have not been uploaded to the replay site, so I'll get on them whenever they are. So if you guys are waiting on that, and then that is why I haven't casted those yet, because I haven't found the replays, and you know, that's the way it is. Now you also notice that maybe sometimes when I turn my camera on this, that it's very, very choppy. And it is not choppy on my computer. This game runs like a dream. However, when you go to record this game, you have to do it in a very odd way. You have to hit Control-Alt-Delete so that it shows in your task manager, and then you can record it. Otherwise, OBS simply cannot find the game, and you have to monitor record. When you monitor record, it records like terrible shit. So, but when you record the way I am, it uses 100% of your CPU power, basically. It just annihilates your CPU. And I have a 5820K, which is a fairly good processor. Not the best in the world, definitely not the worst. And it just eats it up. So it's only this game, exclusively this game. So I have no idea why it does that. But it's Wargame, you know what I mean? Now, back to this replay, you'll notice that it is extremely short, 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Why am I even showing you this? Well, because I found 2 of them, and I thought it was the cheapest shit I've ever seen on Wargame to date, so I'm going to show you it. Now, we'll speed this up just a little bit. You'll notice that our friend NoNoNo has pure Mi-25 helicopters. Some of them are S-24. The S-24, I do believe, have the 240mm missiles, and they do a boatload of HE power. And he also has an Mi-24K Recon, and so we'll go over to Priad here, and again, it'll probably skip all around for some reason because it eats up my processor for no reason. And he has a pretty standard army. Chaparral's up here. He has 2 Pivads here and a Stinger in the center. You'll notice these will go over the center, and he has some LAV scouts going towards Echo there. And here comes the disaster, the tornado, the noise, whatever you want to call it. And the Pivad's now firing away. And they are getting totally eaten up. And he passes right through them. Now he's bringing that Chaparral back to base. But it's a little bit too late. Now he's trying to build some Pivads here as soon as he can. And one Pivad is out and will begin firing shortly. And there it goes. We'll take out one of these Mi-25s. Should be able to take out. No, it does not. It just stunned it. And there goes another one, and starting to fire now. But it hits his CV, and that is game. So officially the cheapest shit I've ever seen. Now, why do I call that cheap? Well, because you don't really know your opponent is doing that. If you knew your opponent was doing that, then you could get a whole bunch of anti-air and stop it before it happens. But since you don't know what your opponent is going because of the fog of war, you can only really play a pretty normal game and split your units out as you normally would and build what you normally would. So there's no way that you can expect that. You can just assume, but if you build too much AA and your opponent actually goes a realistic strategy, then, well, you have too much AA and you'll just get your ass kicked. And now, so that was that. And let's go to game number 2. 2 of these games were uploaded, and I downloaded both of them to see, you know, maybe these were some really good games. And I'm not sure who uploaded these. I don't know if it was Priad himself or the other 2, and they just defeated Priad and they thought they were hot shit because they did it. Who knows? I don't really know. But let's speed this one up. We are on Mudfight now. I have seen some cheesy replays and some cheesy tactics on this site, or on this web, or on this map. Oh my god, talking is hard. And basically what you can do is get a whole bunch of tanks and a whole bunch of anti-air like Chieftain Marksmans or Chaparrals, Pivads, that sort of thing, and just basically do a straight push all the way to your opponent. It kind of works a little bit better if you're over here, then you can just go straight down and then over to your opponent's base. I suppose it works either way, but... And you can push all the way to your opponent's base and just destroy everything, because a normal opponent will actually bring some stuff over here and bring some stuff over here, and you just destroy it on your way through. and you can make it all the way to your opponent's base and kill their CV. So Mudfight is probably one of the best maps to do basically a cheese push. I like to call it a cheese push because there's pretty much no other word for it. And so we have a pretty good setup here. Tons of LAV scouts going off to the left, and I suppose everybody makes LAVs, but it is what it is. And Priad's Chaparral, so a pretty diverse army. Now we'll take a look at GUE here, his red opponent. And nothing but Mi-25 helicopters. And the same thing again, an Mi-24K and some Mi-25 S-24s with those 240 millimeter rockets that do HE power. And so we'll speed this on up to the 10x mark here until everything comes out, and we will quickly put it back. Now the LAV's 25 scouts are moving off to the left. The Harrier's moving down to the left as well. And we have the anti-air moving straight up the center, and luckily enough this time he does move his all of his anti-air pretty much up the center, and it's all together. But he's going to notice these Mi-25s shortly here with this V150, and he's going to say, oh shit, because this is the cheapest shit ever. Watch this noise. This is just dumb. And here we go. All the CEVs totally screwed. Priad's Chaparral's going at it here. Tons of Stingers being released, though. He has at least two squads of Stingers, maybe 3 or 4 Priads there, and a couple Chaparrals, and it's just not enough, period. And the Mi-25s make it past here. He's bringing 2 Stingers out here. He's going to release these 2 Stingers at the edge of the town, and there they go. They're going to be launching 2 rockets at a time, or rather optimally, and another 2 Stingers there, but they're going to find this CV here at the edge, and we'll take that out. So that is officially the cheapest shit I've ever seen in Wargame, hands down, and I've seen some very, very cheap things doing these replays and finding and viewing people's replays. So that was the cheapest, hands down. If you can do a cheaper cheese push than that, then all the power to you, and upload that with my name in it. Just put MrSotko cheese push, and I promise if it is better than this one, I'll cast this one too. I'll cast that one too. How you're going to beat that, I have no idea, but that is the cheapest stuff ever, and I'm not encouraging this. I don't think anybody should do this on a daily basis or anything, but just for fun, if you happen to come across a replay or a game where somebody does this to you or you do this to somebody else, and you actually do it even faster and better than that, I would love to see that, because that is the cheapest thing I've ever seen. And again, I say it's cheap just because you don't know what your opponent's getting. You can't actually know, oh, I'm about to get Mi-25 pushed. If you did know that, you could stop that. You could get DAPs, you could get a bunch of DAPs, you could get a whole bunch of Chaparrals and Priads and such, and just wipe out the whole force. You wipe out his whole force like that, and then you can just really just push your whole army right up to the base and pretty much win the game, or at least spread out enough and take all the territories and get a really, really great advantage at the beginning. But you just don't know they're going to be doing that, so you have to play normally. You can't just build nothing but anti-air assuming that they're going to do that, because if they don't, then you go, oh shit, well now I'm pretty much screwed because I have nothing but anti-air. So I'm not sure if that is broken or not. I don't think I'm at liberty to say that. I don't think I am qualified to talk about game balance, but perhaps something should be done about that. Not really sure. Maybe maybe less of them in the deck, like possible that you can actually physically put in your deck, would be nice, but who knows. But I hope you guys enjoyed these replays, and I'm sure there's going to be a discussion about this on the Reddit or something like that. I'm sure people will be instantaneously shit-talking, because that's what Reddit is for, and that is what the internet is for. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.